Morning, dear students. Today we are going to explain a new grammar lesson. It's step 4 in unit 8. So please open your students book page 64 and your workbooks page 56 and your class worksheets page 16. Take your time, prepare your students book, your workbook and your class worksheets. Are you ready? Let's start by the new vocabulary words. Here we have the first word. Friends occasionally see each other in the weekend. So
Occasionally.
It means from time to time or sometimes. And people like to record their happy moments on video phones. It's clear? Record.
Record.
Record means to set down in writing or some other permanent form for later reference. Tune in. My parents tune in to Sky News channel. So they like to listen to Sky News channel, or they want to adjust the channel, the TV channels to Sky News channel.
Tune in.
Tune in means to listen to or watch a particular television or radio program. So let's revise the new vocabulary words. Let's match these pictures with the new vocabulary words. Sometimes,
Occasionally.
record,
Record.
tune in.
Tune in.
Good. So let's start our new grammar lesson today. It's about reported speech. So open your student's book, page 64. How can we change into reported speech? Let's see the first example. Study your lessons regularly. The teacher advised the students to study their lessons regularly. Notice here we used advised and we joined using to study their lessons regularly. Because here we started the sentence with affirmative order of a verb. Study. Study your lessons regularly. So the teacher advised the students to study the lessons regularly. The second example, don't neglect your duties. The captain ordered his men. Let's see. The captain ordered his men not to neglect their duties. So here we used not to because we started the sentence using don't. So again, the captain ordered his men not to neglect their duties. Now, so in the reported speech or the sentence, we can use advise, like, prefer, tell, or want. You can go to the grammar reference page 131 in your student's book. We use to in reported speech infinitive with to, with the verbs advise, like, prefer, tell, or want. And we add not to make negative sentences. We add not to make negative sentences. I advised him not to go to bed too late. So, advised him not to go to bed too late. Or, my parents told me not to touch the DVD player. Notice we used not to touch the DVD player. So here to should be before the verb and the negative not before to. Again, my parents told me not to touch the DVD player. Can you switch off the lights, please? Now notice here, my dear students, this is a polite request. Can you? And at the end, please. This is asking politely or a polite request. So we used asked. The teacher asked the student now to switch off the lights because it's a kind of a polite request or asking politely. That's why we used asked. The teacher asked the students to switch off the lights. More. Please don't make any trouble. The student asked her friend. So it's a kind of a polite request. The student again asked her friend, okay, not to make any trouble. So why did we use not to here? Because we have don't. And we use ask because it's a kind of a polite request. The student again asked her friend not to make any trouble. So with negative order, we use not to. Another example, you should respect the school rules. You should here, it's a kind of a piece of advice. So the teacher advised the student. Let's see. The teacher advised the student to respect the rules. So we used advised because we have here you should. Okay, you should. So the teacher advised the student to respect the school rules. Now notice here we have a negative advice. You shouldn't watch TV for a long time. The parents advised their children not to watch TV for a long time. So negative advice because we have you shouldn't. So we used not to. The parents again advised their children not to watch TV for a long time. The first exercise in our student's book. Underline the verbs in these extracts. Now, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think. Letter A. Occasionally, my parents want me to watch educational programs. They tell me to turn off the TV and go to bed. From time to time, they advise me to stop watching a particular program. And of course, they prefer me not to watch rubbish. Sometimes my parents like us to watch programs with them. My father warned me not to watch too much TV. Now again, I want you to underline the verbs in these extracts from letter A to F. Check. Let's underline the verbs in these extracts. Letter A. Occasionally, my parents want me to watch educational programs. So let's see the verbs here. Want and to watch. Want and to watch are verbs. B. They tell me to turn off the TV and go to bed. Where are the verbs here? Let's see. Tell is the first verb. To turn off is the second one. And go is the third verb. From time to time, they advise me to stop watching a particular program. So let's see the verbs here. Advise and stop watching. Advise and to stop watching. And of course, they prefer me not to watch rubbish. Let's see the verbs in this sentence. Prefer and not to watch. Prefer and not to watch are verbs. Sometimes my parents like us to watch programs with them. Now underline the verbs here. Like and to watch. The first verb is like and the second one is to watch. My father warned me not to watch too much TV. So the first verb is warn and the second one is not to watch. Warned and not to watch. Let's see the second exercise. Now think for a while. What follows the first verb in each extract? What are the next 3 words? Question B. How are extracts 1D and 1F different from the others? Okay. Think for a while. Check our answers. Let's see here. It's clear that the first verb is followed by a pronoun. For example, me or us. Plus infinitive verb with to. The verb infinitive with to plus noun. For example, notice that in letter A, my parents want me. So the first verb is want, the pronoun is me. And the infinitive with to watch, and then educational programs. Let's move to letter B. The first verb is tell, and then pronoun me, and then infinitive to turn off, followed by a noun the TV. Letter C. the first verb is advise, then pronoun me, and then verb infinitive to stop watching, and then noun program, a particular program. Letter D, the first verb is prefer, and then pronoun me, and then negative verb infinitive not to watch, and then noun rubbish. Letter E, the first verb is like, followed by us, pronoun us, and then infinitive verb to watch, and then programs. Programs is a noun. Letter F, the first verb is want, followed by me, and then negative form infinitive not to watch, and then noun too much TV. Letter 1D and 1F. How are they different from the others? So let's see here 1D and 1F. Both of them are negative. 1D and 1F are negative. So what's the difference in meaning between these pairs of sentences? I prefer not to watch rubbish. They prefer me not to watch rubbish. I want to watch educational programs. My parents want me to watch educational programs. In both pairs of sentences, the first one describes the speaker's own opinions. I. The speaker, I prefer. And the second one, I want. The second one describes what other people think. So, they prefer me not to, and my parents want me to. So, what other people think, and includes subject and object pronoun. The following exercise. I'm going to give you 1 minute. The first example is answered for you. Can you see the pictures? Omar, tell me. Omar told me to tune in to channel 15. Now you can do sentence B and sentence C. Think for a while. How can we change into reported speech? So again, Omar told me to tune in to channel 15. Let's see the second picture. His mother asked Muhammad. His mother asked Muhammad to find out about the TV programs at 10 o'clock. Again, his mother asked him to find out about the TV programs at 10 o'clock. Why did we use asked? Because we have here a polite request. Could you? So again, asking politely with could you. That's why we used asked him to find out about the TV programs at 10 o'clock. Bushra advised her friend. So advise, why did we use advise here? Because we started with an expression of advice. If I were you, I'd. If I were you, I'd. So Bushra advised her friend to listen to the news on the radio. Again, advised. We used advised because we have if I were you, I'd. So, Bushra advised her friend to listen to the news on the radio. Let's move to the next exercise. Write more sentences following the same pattern. The first sentence is done for you. Turn the television off and do your homework. So, how can we use reported speech here? Japer's father told him to turn the television off and do his homework. Okay. Think for a while. Answers. Again, the first sentence is done for you. Jaber's father told him to turn the television off and do his homework. Let's see. Sentence B. If I were you, I'd record the program and watch it later. Jumana, advise me. It's very easy. Again, we use advise. Why? Because we have if I were you, I'd. If I were you, I'd. So, Jumana advised me to record the program and watch it later. The third sentence. Please watch the film with me. Sheikha's mother asked her. Why again we use ask? Because it's a kind of request, polite request. Please. So, Sheikha's mother asked her to watch the film with her. Sheikha's mother asked her to watch the film with her. So we used asked because here we have a polite request or asking politely. Don't touch the DVD player. Sheikha's mother warned her. Why did we use warn? Because we started with don't. We use warn because we started with don't. Let's see the answer. Sheikha's mother warned her not to touch the DVD player. Again, Sheikha's mother warned her not to touch the DVD player. Why did we use not to? Not to because we started with don't. We joined using not to because we have don't. Not to touch. To and then verb infinitive. Let's see our workbooks, page 56. Open your workbooks, page 56. Put the following sentences into indirect speech. The first one is done for you. Can you change the channel, please? Ask. Again, he used ask because it's a kind of polite request or asking politely. He asked him to change the channel. Very simple and it's very easy. Now 2 minutes to think for the other sentences. Now, can you change the channel, please? Again, it's done for you. He asked him to change the channel. So, we used asked because we have can, you, and then please, a polite request. So, he asked him to change the channel. B. Can you please turn up the volume for me? So, the answer, he asked him to turn up the volume for him. He asked him to turn up the volume for him. C. Rewind the video for me. Rewind the video for me. He told him to rewind the video for him. He told him to rewind the video for him. Honey, watch this film with me. It's really good. Ask. So, a polite request or asking politely. Let's see the answer. He asked Honey to watch that film with him. He asked Honey to watch that film with him. So, the last one. Can you look for the remote control? Can you look for the remote control? He wanted him to look for the remote control. He wanted him to look for the remote control. So, I'm going to give you a homework for tomorrow. Please do exercise 3 in your workbooks, page 56 for tomorrow, and we are going to check the answers tomorrow. Okay. So, another homework, please, in your class worksheets. It's very easy. Complete the following sentences using reported speech. It's very easy. And write what you would say in the following situations. So please do your homework. It won't take too much time from you. Thank you. With my best wishes.